Now, more and more people are starting to buy online, and one thing that I want to suggest is never ever buy from a website that doesn't have a phone number well displayed on the website. I don't care what sort of service you're thinking of, product you're thinking of buying online. If you do not have a phone number that you can call and speak to a real person, I would really encourage not buying from that company, because I get customers in here all the time and they are almost crying occasionally where they've bought something online and it may have cost them $1,000 or a decent amount of money, and then as soon as they have a problem they try to email the company, only to find out that the company don't even reply to the emails. They're happy to take your order, but they don't offer any service at all, and they won't even reply to your emails. So I'd really encourage only buying from bricks and mortar internet sites, meaning there's an actual address where you could go to if you needed to. There's a phone number so you can talk to a real person. That way, if you do have a problem, I believe the chance of your problem getting sorted is very significant compared to being able to hide behind the veil of the online. Now, the other comment I want to just say is that the online industry is full of electricians and miners and various people that have got normal jobs, and they start up an aquarium website or even a Facebook page, and they just grey import things and sell everything as cheap as possible. Now, while that might be okay for you to get a bargain, just remember that it does absolutely parasite the industry. And the reason why I say that is because independent studies have actually been conducted and have found that areas with bricks and mortar aquariums that have got nice display tanks and offer good service in Australia can have up to 17% of the population keeping fish. Now, other areas of similar socio-economic outlook, which have full access to the internet, have chain store pet shops, and the same sort of disposable income can have as low as 3% of their population keeping aquariums. Because ultimately it is the shops that people walk in that see a display tank they can imagine in their home that actually buy a fish tank. Then when they have a problem with the fish tank, it's the shop that they go to that helps them and keeps them back on track, tells them what they've done wrong, and keeps them in the hobby. So from the studies that I've had access to, it is the aquarium shops, the bricks and mortar walk-ins with displays and staff that build this industry, and it is the bricks and mortar shops that are looking after the customers and keeping the customers. So areas without good aquarium shops, as low as 3% of people keeping fish. Areas with a good aquarium shop have up to 17% keeping fish. So therefore, if these online shops put out of business the bricks and mortar shops, there is basically no industry, according to the studies that I've had access to. So what I really encourage you to do, if you have any love for this industry like I do, and you have any desire to look after it, then by all means try and get a good price. But make sure you go to your bricks and mortar shops, regardless of whether you're supporting them online or you're supporting them by coming into the shop, and ask them if they'll price match. See what you can do to allow them to do business with you. So we, for example, we match prices. So if you see a cheap price online, providing I'm not losing money, I'll match it for you. And I want to try to do what I can to nurture this industry and nurture this business, to allow it to grow, to allow it to thrive. Because when I think back to being a kid, one of the things I just loved was going into fish shops. I loved looking around. I loved the display tanks. I loved talking to the staff. And if these online shops that parasite prices kill all of the shops, and the number of fish keepers fall from 17 to 3%, the amount of joy and pleasure that the kids of tomorrow should be getting just upsets me, because that was just a wonderful part of my upbringing that I just don't want to see kids miss out on, because keeping fish as a kid was just awesome, and I loved it and I enjoyed it, and I just really think it's a great thing to get your kids involved in. Breeding, learning about the chemistry, learning about the biology. I just think it's gorgeous, awesome, unreal. Anyway, so if you got any comments to add to this little rant, then put it at the bottom of this video. But I just want to encourage you to never buy from online shops that don't have phone numbers. I think that's the absolute cutoff, because I'm telling you now, a lot of people do have problems, and they contact the email and nobody answers them. So anyway, if you've got to add to this video, if you've got any naming and shaming to do, whatever you feel like contributing, if you think I'm just full of it, then just put a note at the bottom of this video. God bless this industry, and let's look after it.